What is going on, guys? Welcome back to that was a pretty cool entry, Tori. I like that.
Yeah,
Very
that was
spontaneous and very funny.
yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Oh,
you don't need
oh,
to be sorry.
please, please, my dog is under me. Get away from me. Get away. He rolled in some duck poop earlier, and I have not had the chance to
Oh,
wash him.
cool. Yeah, I hope you can get a chance straight out to the stream to watch him. But yeah, back to my intro. Welcome back, guys, to another session of Build Break and
Go.
Fix, brought
Sorry.
to you by the Raw Coders. Yes, that is us, and this time we are free because we have our legendary, valuable member of the stream team, Dinesh, is back on after his break. So, how's your break, Dinesh?
Hey, yeah, good to be back, Zane. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I was just telling you earlier, just got to do a lot of the, break things, like road trips and hang out with family and all of that. So yeah, I really enjoyed it actually.
Fantastic, man. It's always good to have a bit of time off, and then spend with who you love and what you love doing. So I'm really happy you had the break, and I'm even happier that you're back.
Thanks, man. Good to be
So
back.
yeah, okay, Tori, what's going on?
Tomorrow. Good to see you, Dinesh. Good to see you, man.
Hey,
It's
good to
nice
see
to
you,
have you back.
Tori. Yeah, good to see you on the stream.
Thanks. Tomorrow I have an interview, so I'm just like trying to mentally prepare for that tomorrow. But yeah,
All right.
spending most of the day studying.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna nail it. Does anyone here know how to say the prayer? Let's pray for Tori's interview for 30 seconds. How about
Please.
that?
Thank you.
All right. Now, Tori, really hope that it goes really well, and I look
Thanks.
forward to hearing the good news because
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get one.
Yeah, the thing that makes me the most anxious is I just don't know, like tomorrow it's only 45 minutes, but
Yeah.
I don't know like the topic of what coding problems we will be solving.
Mhm.
So,
I see. I guess from my experiences, not really if you solve the problem or not, but it's just they see your thought process, as in how you actually approach the problem and how you deal with the problem. It's not necessarily, okay, here's the problem, you need to solve it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Right, I
And
mean,
mhm,
you're totally right on that. And then sometimes there's just like my perspective is sometimes there are problems where if you don't know the concept very well,
mhm.
you're not even gonna like you're not even
True,
gonna come
true.
close. So you're
True.
not even gonna have like an like educated discussion basically
Yeah,
about how
yeah.
to approach
True.
because I mean if it's like a data structures and algorithm type problem, like some of these algorithms, like we take them for granted that like
Yeah.
researchers, scientists at universities like develop these algorithms over like maybe a couple decades or whatever, and then they're
Mhm.
tested and refined, and then we learn them,
Yeah.
and it's like if I have to come up with oh, hey Gekdev. But yeah, I mean, I guess you get what I'm saying before I keep ranting.
Hey, Gekdev.
True. Yeah, I totally understand you. And yeah, Kagdev, our precious T-Ball is back.
Hey, I was thinking it's good to have Tori on the show instead of on the comments.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really, as in him being here adds an additional layer of entertainment fun and humor as well. So which is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So since you're back, Finish again. Welcome back. Really good to have you on the show again. So we will take you through as in what we have been up to, okay, and hopefully you get the grasp. But if you don't, feel free to ask any questions as many questions as possible, and Tori will happily answer you as a practice of his interview. All right,
Yeah, yeah, sounds good.
is that okay, Tori?
Of course.
Fantastic. Yeah, yeah, Dev. We really have to work on that one, and that's in the pipeline. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'll share my screen. Actually, Tori, do you wanna go through what we have done as in with the WebSockets so far by sharing your screen and just walk through it, finish through it as in really a quick overview.
All right. Let's do that.
Cool. So let's add your screen on the stream, and there it goes. Cool.
Move that over there. Move this here. All right. You familiar with WebSockets at all, Finish?
No, no, I've got no idea.
Okay, well, we're screwed then.
Come on, Tori. Come on. No, we're never screwed because Tori is here for
Just kidding.
rescue. Come on,
Just kidding,
Tori.
man. Just
I
joking.
believe in you.
So, let's
Um,
see. I'm just gonna open a
yeah.
little
Mhm.
WebSocket diagram. All right. Yeah, this one's probably fine. Wikipedia, you know. Come on. Come on, Google. There we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think
Oh,
I've come across this at like uni, but yeah,
perfect then. Oh, it's
an
in
overview
Bahasa.
would be good.
Please.
Bahasa.
Well, that works for you, I think. It's pretty close.
My Bahasa is like very, very sketchy at the moment, so English would be good.
All right. So you have your client, right? You got the client, the browser, whatever.
Mhm.
No, I can't speak Bahasa, Gekdev. It's shameful, honestly, how long I've been here. Anyways, just translate Scrumble.
Translate Scrumble into
Ah,
in the.
so WebSockets are good for a few use cases, like real-time applications where,
Mhm.
especially in the case where you have multiple users. So basically, for the Kanban board, we want to be able to have multiple clients connected to the same board, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then people are putting up notes and cards, whatever, and
Mhm.
then everybody's able to see those changes reflected in real time.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
so far so good.
Yep. So far so good.
Okay, so those are those are our clients, our users, and then basically the WebSocket protocol allows us to connect to our server, which in this case is like a serverless architecture on AWS.
Mhm.
And API Gateway has what's called API Gateway WebSockets. Um, so that allows us to connect our clients to the WebSocket on the server through API Gateway,
Okay.
and through the use of some lambdas as well that come kind of, I won't say like baked in, but they're part of the API WebSocket gateway. Um, you can trigger those lambdas based on messages you're sending to the WebSocket, essentially. So then when, for example, there's a connection, and then that triggers a Lambda, and in our case, in the future, a client will connect to the WebSocket, establishes the connection. That Lambda, it's like a connect Lambda, which is like a reserved one, but it's not really important, honestly. And then that will like kick off that connect Lambda handler, and that will in the future add a user to a table in DynamoDB, and then basically just keeping their connection ID. Pretty simple. And it'll do the same for all the users. And so the point is, now we know all the users that are connected to our DynamoDB table through the WebSocket.
Okay.
And then whenever they send a message, which we haven't implemented yet, so a message would be like they saved a they saved a note to the board. Then that would, from the client, then like they would basically post the message through the WebSocket protocol, and then Dynamo, and then that another Lambda would be triggered to then run some logic to basically like get everybody whose connection ID is in the board, and then send them back a message with the updated information, which is probably like, hey, here's a note. And then your client would get that, and then like basically like run some JavaScript to just like create the note on the board. And then all of this can happen in real time. So it's just like a different protocol that stays open, like, and it's bidirectional, or I don't know if that's the correct term, but basically it's an open connection. It doesn't close. It just sends like ping pong, like throughout the life of the connection, and the client can send data and receive data from the server without any sort of like basically requests. Well, I shouldn't say that, but like, you know, not like GET requests and then like polling and listening for a request from the server. It's just like does that for you.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I think I get the high level overview.
Yeah. I don't know. Any questions about what I said?
No, I think I'm good. Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Yeah, perhaps when we go through it, like a bit later.
Fantastic, guys. That was a really good explanation, Tori, as in 15,000 feet bird's eye view, which was really interesting. So just to follow up on Tori's explanation, basically how he said, you know, that WebSockets are bi-directional, and so that's the basically the difference between API gateway and WebSocket API. That API gateway does, as in it sends the request and then waits for the response back, and then when it gets back, then it sends an other request and then wait for the response. He found a friend. And then so what WebSocket does is it does an approval handshake first. So it would also the client would also WebSocket for approval, and then if WebSocket approves it would say, okay, fine, I know you can communicate with, with me, and that just happened once. After the handshake is done, then the the request and the responses are basically simultaneously.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That's very interesting.
Yeah, which is bi-directional, so two-way.
Yeah. Thanks for that. guys, saying
And
it.
And this
that,
and a WebSocket URL starts with
Hmm.
WS, or like I think the encrypted and more reliable one starts with. So anyone would usually use WSS now. So instead of
Oh, okay.
HTTP, so it's a
Hmm.
different protocol, right?
Okay. SS protocol is not running. Okay.
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is. Gagdev is asking, can I repeat that? I'm pretty sure he's pulling my leg now. I'm pretty sure about it. Okay, cool. So yeah, Tori, do you wanna get do you wanna do the Git pull, and then we can continue focusing on, as in that blank line that we were getting from the Lambda response that we couldn't be able to do. We're just one step closer. Thank you. Have you worked with WebSockets before, Dinesh, in your uni?
Yes, at uni we did. We made WebSocket
Oh,
for one of
okay.
the
You
projects. Yeah,
Why
in
did
like
you
excellent.
C.
lie to me then?
No, I forgot, man. Like, like we just did it for a course, and I'm like,
Good practice,
it was
You
even
Tori.
closer now.
lied.
Good
You
practice.
just wanted me to explain all that. You're so mean.
No, I needed a refresher anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah, it was good, man.
Never forgive you for that. I Zane, do you have any changes to push? Because I did a git
Just
pull. I don't have anything.
then probably not. No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we
You
are
want me to
still
run
on.
spam build?
Yeah, um, n- probably no point running Sambuild because the code hasn't been changed.
Okay.
Do you wanna as in test the existing state of it by getting the URL or WebSocket and then
Put
trying
in
to connect and send a
Pi
response?
socket.
Yeah, that would be the one, I believe.
There's somebody. I keep meaning to save the WebSocket endpoint. Where's my?
Hang on,
Uh,
I might have the endpoint for you really
why isn't
quickly.
my
No, I
my
don't.
password manager is not auto filling my password? Hmm?
Is it logged in? Your password manager.
It is logged in. I don't know why
Okay.
it's being
Uh,
funny.
Probably take the URL from the password
Oh,
manager and then enter that again in the address bar. Okay, that happens with me sometimes.
yeah. I think you're right. I think that is what it is. It's just like it doesn't recognize the
Yeah,
URL.
yeah, exactly.
I'll fix that later. Well, this should work for now. Do I have two-factor on? I don't remember. I do. I do. For anybody who's watching, I definitely have two-factor on. In fact, I'm gonna put a
So no
third
one hacks in
third
Tori's
factor.
account.
Mhm.
Actually, just a breaking news. Tori is in the middle of building a third factor authentication as well.
That's right. That's right. Maybe in all of our lifetimes. Um. Sorry. What did you want? You want? Oh, go grab the.
The cloud formation. Okay, yeah, that should be fine as well.
I don't know what's going on. Slow. Hmm. But my video is okay, yeah? My video is doing
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Which
bizarre.
PC is it?
Huh? Oh, I just got a Mac M1 today, actually, because I was
Nice.
I was so tired of all the problems with my old Windows laptop. What a piece of junk.
You got the point.
End of story.
Tori, my man.
Just the speed can't possibly be the Mac's fault. It must be something else.
Yeah, I think it must be just Bali's internet, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably being a
Overall Bali.
little
Mhm.
funny today.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we need stages and go to prod.
What is up? What is up? Load. Okay. Oh, it did. My bad. There we go.
Yeah. WebSocket URL.
Let me post that. I'll post that in the chat for you guys too.
Cool. That would be nice.
We should
Thank
just keep
you.
track of this instead of doing it every night. Although it kind of is a tradition at this point, so maybe
Yeah.
we should keep it.
Yeah, we should.
So
WebSocket.
if you notice too, Dinesh,
Mhm,
there's this connection URL,
mhm,
and honestly, I'm not completely certain what it does, but I think it's an endpoint that you post the messages in the like when you want to send a message to other clients. I think
mhm.
in the inside of your Lambda, I think behind the scenes it posts to this endpoint, but you won't write it. But I'm not 100% certain on that. So,
Okay.
but there is this
Mm,
other like connection URL, but I haven't like read again what it was all about. All right,
mhm.
let's go to PySocket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still there. Nice. All right. Oh, whoops. Dumb. Tricked me. Okay. Established.
Yeah, and if you wanna put type up that
Does it need to
JSON
be
request,
does it need to be a
um,
string?
it needs to be a JSON object.
And then what do we write? Default
Hmm.
now. So there's like this
Yeah.
default lambda Dinesh,
Mhm,
and then this action is basically like when we connect, we
mhm.
by default, I don't think you don't need a action connect, but you can have this action send message action default is like a special one that just like is like the fallback one, I guess. And then when you do this, it'll trigger a lambda, and then it says this is a message from default lambda.
So
Okay.
do you wanna show him the code as well?
Yeah.
As in, why have we used the key action specifically?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's go in the template, right?
Yeah.
You have no idea how long we spent
Mhm.
trying to debug a problem when it was GecDev saved us, and it was like we were missing this dollar sign, and it was like probably like 5 hours later. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, you have these routes,
Uh-huh.
right? So we're creating these routes, and then
Mhm,
the one of the reserved one is default, and where's it? Oh wow, okay, I don't know. There's another one called connect somewhere. All right.
Just find it probably.
Huh? Oh, there is no.
Okay, there's the connect one
Oh, so it
is
doesn't
just
need a route.
connecting. Apparently not.
Okay, so there's another one that's,
Conflict.
yeah, there's another one on Connect, and then, but I guess in the template it's different. I don't know. This looks like gibberish to me. I don't speak
Okay.
I don't
Mm,
speak YAML.
Hmm.
right. Do you wanna maybe give me access to your VS Code, as in through live sharing, and then I can finish through a bit of the YAML as well. Because I think it might be a lot easier if we're doing that way
I
rather
think
than me
so.
just
By all
talking.
means.
Okay, I would. Right. So if you do allow access, then I should get some kind of an email. Is it? I don't know
Yeah,
how
as
this
soon as this
works.
goes away. Invitation link, copy to clipboard, copy again. All right. Um, okay, go away. Oh, okay, there it is. And then, is the private chat is private, right?
Not on the screen share.
um, there, it's in the private chat.
Cool. Thank you. I'll just copy and paste that one
Oh, I
there.
have Zane right here, actually. I think I need to
I'm
share.
in. Open in VS Code. Yes, I'll open the in VS Code.
I need
Open.
to share the terminal to.
User doesn't have permission to connect.
Really?
To connect to the workspace, please ask the host to provide access. Can you give me access again to that?
Hmm. Same thing. That's weird.
Actually, I'll just do it in the thing. Actually, hang on a minute. I'm gonna try something.
Why is it not
Join.
working? It's weird.
I'm gonna join share. You can share with. Okay, I'll just do it on the web version. Forget opening in VS Code. Continue in web.
It might not work. I always have trouble with the web version.
Oh, okay. I need to sign in my GitHub as well. Apparently,
Hmm. Why would it not work? That's weird.
used to work when I did it with Java.
Yeah, I don't know. I always have problems with. Live share, write only, read only.
Okay, I am about to come in.
Okay.
Didn't. Yeah, I should be in, and I would be able to see your code.
Zane is joining.
Yeah, perfect. So I'm in now. All right. You guys able to see it?
I can see on
There, I'm
Troy's screen.
following you. Following
Okay.
you.
Cool. Perfect. So, okay, here we go. So this was the WebSocket API. Okay,
Hmm.
and what WebSocket API needs is r- root, as in to route the request to, which is over here. So for us, it would be test root, and then I'm giving it a key, which is the root key, and this key basically is whatever you want to have over here. Just 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Um, sorry, can you open up your WebSocket API gateway?
In the browser,
Yes, please.
the routes.
Yeah, the roots. Okay, so you know the root keys I was
Um,
talking about, the finish, these are the
mm-hmm.
root keys. So in this case, we have
Mm-hmm.
connect,
Mm-hmm.
disconnect, and default.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now if you want to go back to VS Code to replace, cool. So this is where our root key was coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and the target would simply be whatever we wanna trigger when we invoke this test route.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah, and in our case, we want to trigger this test lambda integration, which is over here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so which means that we are telling the root key that if it's the default one, then we need to call this integration, and then upon this integration we need to call this function here, which is the default lambda function. Are you with me so far?
The last bit, I'm a bit
Okay,
confused. So,
all right,
Just
so
shout Eureka.
eureka. Okay, you know how
mm-hmm.
we had the root key over here?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So all, mm, basically, and apparently we can't tell the WebSocket API that we want to trigger this lambda directly,
Okay.
which is why, from my knowledge, I may be wrong, but Gagdev or Tori may be able to correct me if I am. Uh, which is the reason why we need to give it the target as the integration
Okay.
first.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense.
Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and this target, it points to this test lambda integration,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
which is defined over here,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and which in turn invokes this function
Mm-hmm.
using the integration URI.
Yep. Okay. Makes sense.
Okay, and then this function is over here. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
are you
Yep.
okay? So basically, this function is taking in the default handler at the moment, which is over here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
ignore this code for now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so basically, what we are telling overall
Mm-hmm.
is that when our root key is default,
Mm-hmm.
which would be coming in from Tori. Do you want to share your PySocket? And yeah, so you know how Tori sent a request
Oh,
of
yeah.
a JSON object which had a key value pair of action and default.
Mm-hmm.
So the action is
Mm-hmm.
basically the key,
Mm-hmm.
which do you wanna go back to YAML Tori, which is basically on line 51 Tori. Sorry, my bad. I
Yep.
should have
Yep.
controlled it myself. So, so wherever we are doing on a root selection expression,
Mm-hmm.
which basically tells the so it's aware that the client
Mm-hmm.
tells the API gateway that I wanna trigger this expression. Okay,
Okay. Yep. Yep.
does that make sense so far?
Yeah, it's starting to make sense. Starting to become more clear overall.
Cool, cool. So whatever we put in here, as
Mm-hmm.
in if it's action or test or message or what
Dougie,
doggy barks a lot
sorry.
or yeah, whatever we put here,
Mm-hmm.
we need to make sure that that is actually present in our JSON request as a key.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and
Yep.
then the value of that key has to be one of our lambdas.
Mm-hmm.
So in our case, it was default.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's anything test, doggy,
Mm-hmm.
cat, anything,
Mm-hmm.
that corresponding lambda has to be present to be
Mm-hmm.
triggered.
Okay. Yep. Yep. It's making more sense
Yeah.
for sure.
However,
It was the doggy part.
It's
yeah,
yeah. It's doggy.
the
That works
doggy.
for me, man. That works for me.
Yeah, that made it a lot clearer. But so say if someone passed in something which is not corresponding to a lambda function, as
Mm-hmm.
in say battery, but we don't have a battery lambda function,
Mm-hmm.
then it would go into the default
Okay.
lambda,
Okay.
which will basically be just in turn to say error handling, saying that okay, I don't know what you're talking about, I can't help you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. That makes sense. Yep. So just wondering, how will we be using this exactly in our Scrumble project?
Okay, so how we are choosing this is we want to make sure that more two or more users can actually interact with the board simultaneously.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Makes sense. Yep. It's becoming clearer for sure. Thanks for that, guys. It's good.
All
Cool.
right, you ready to code it up, Dinesh?
He's a pro now.
Yeah.
WebSockets. Okay. So that was just a bit of a context.
Mhm.
So what we were working on so far is I don't know if you might have any idea, but I'll take you through the Lambda as well,
Mhm.
which we were working on. So this is the Lambda, all right,
Okay.
and this is basic. All it's doing is connecting to the WebSocket and uh, sending out the response, which is here.
Okay. Yep.
And right now it's back to the client who sent it because this get socket context
Mhm.
takes in the event from the Lambda event, right? And then inside the request context of the event is the connection ID, which you need to say who to send this message to. So these are the things that we want to also keep track of in the future when we store them in DynamoDB, to say all these connection IDs are these users essentially who are in this table. So we can say, like, send all the messages, broadcast all the messages to these connection IDs.
Okay.
Is it making sense so far, Finish?
That no, I'm a bit confused on the connection ID thing, to be honest.
It's
Okay.
just like
But
it's just a unique like identifier to say who's connected to the WebSocket.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, yeah,
Just think of it like an ID, basically.
okay.
Okay, I don't know if I'm oversimplifying that, but that's the way I'm thinking about it. That's my mental models are usually bad, anyways. So
No, no, man, they're pretty good. So it's essentially what I guess Tori means is
Mhm,
that when you create a board,
mhm,
okay, and the admin or the person who created the board, he sends you the URL,
mhm,
okay, then you click on the URL to open it. So what's going to happen at that stage, that when you open it, um, it will actually connect to the WebSocket. So it will go to the WebSocket server, and then it will generate a connection ID, which will be unique to you, essentially telling that, okay, I've got another user connected to this board, and this is his connection uh, ID.
mhm. Yep, that makes
Does that
sense.
make sense?
Yep, that's clear.
Cool. And essentially, what that connection ID will be used for is whenever you make changes to the board,
Hmm.
it will send the request to the WebSocket server and show, no, sorry, and then send your change in the board to all the connection IDs or the users that are connected to the board at that moment of time. It's a bit confusing, isn't it, Finish?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So say Gagdev has created a board,
Uh-huh.
okay, and then he sends the URL to me and Tori
Okay,
and you, okay.
okay.
So you open up the URL,
Hmm.
and then you will receive the connection ID because you have actually just connected to the WebSocket as well.
Hmm.
Does it all make sense until now?
Yes.
Okay. So say you have added a note in the board.
Okay.
Okay. What's going to happen then is your change will reflect on mine, Tori's, and
Hmm.
Yagdev's screen because we are
Hmm.
all connected to the same board
Hmm.
via WebSocket, and
Hmm.
it will show your change to all of us because all of our connection IDs will be present in the database.
Yep. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I really need to work on my explanation skills.
Yeah, that was good, man. Like, yeah, adding those names will like help me, get
Oh,
context.
okay, cool.
Um,
Okay, so there's a connection ID,
Oh,
and
sorry, my bad, wrong screen.
oh, that's all right.
Yep.
Cool. So this is the connection ID that I was talking about. The domain name is the WebSocket URL in this
Hmm.
case, and the stage is obviously prod, which we've got in the WebSocket
Okay.
API. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
What we're doing here is basically constructing the endpoint
Hmm.
by doing string
Okay.
interpolation, I think is called. Yeah. So all we're doing is getting the value of domain name and the stage, and then appending the stage to the domain name. Simple.
Okay. Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay, cool. And then we're just using the API gateway to uh make a connection
Hmm.
to the endpoint, and then basically interacting with that connection using a post to connection, which
Hmm.
essentially means that do this,
Hmm.
do whatever's in this method after the you've been connected to the WebSocket.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Make sense
That
so
makes
far?
sense. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So here we're just returning the connection ID, the endpoint, and the function callback.
Okay. Okay.
So that was the whole logic for just connecting and applying the method, which actually sends the message, but the actual work is being done here. So here what we're doing is just basically ignore this. That's
Hmm.
nothing. Um, we are saving the return. We're saving the result of this method, which
Hmm.
is returning here
Hmm.
into this send constant,
Hmm.
and basically awaiting the send constant, and this, and then just basically stringifying this message.
Yeah.
So it sends a
Okay.
promise, all right, which
Hmm.
is this part here, and then it's just displaying
Mm.
what we did over there. Do you want to go back to it to PySocket, please? Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
So here we're just seeing that because we've actually explicitly said, and this is just for testing purposes, that we want to call our default Lambda, and that actually triggered the response here.
Hmm.
But the bug that we're trying to fix is that
Hmm.
it's inserting this blank line for no reason.
Which blank line? Say.
Um,
Oh, the one
maybe
after
do you want to highlight it?
the next one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, this one.
Okay.
So there shouldn't be anything after the message. This is a message from default.js lambda.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is
Okay.
basically pretty much we are trying to highlight.
All right.
Fixed.
Okay. All right. That was a lot. You guys have done a lot since.
So trust me. It was a big learning curve because I haven't I haven't
It was a nightmare.
yeah, it was because this was my first time working with WebSockets. I've heard
Hmm.
the name of it, but didn't even touch it before until
Hmm.
now. So really good l- learning curve though. Right. So Tori,
Yep.
do you want to check where the logical error might be?
Yeah, I
Maybe.
have no idea though right now. I mean, I can't. I did a little research and I
Uh
just
huh.
can't figure it out. The only
All
thing
right.
I was the only thing I was thinking is maybe check the CloudWatch logs and see if there's anything funny there. What do you say about that?
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be a good way for the first step. But the thing is, that you should have to do that one. Because you're the man of the stream
I
today.
hold all the cards right now.
What what tool do you guys use to test the sockets, by the way? Just
Pi
curious.
Pi socket.
socket.
Pi
And
socket.
there's a command line one Zane found called WSCat that you can install through npm,
Okay.
like
WS.
globally, whatever.
How about if you make a tool story for WS doggy instead of
That's
cat
great.
doggy?
I
That'd be
like that.
really cool.
I like that. I'll just take the code and just change the name
Yeah, yeah.
because there's no way I can build it myself.
I know. It's always
Uh,
worth a try, Tori.
yeah, maybe after I got my job, give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
um,
Okay. So yeah, go to that would be the one. Yeah.
is this the regular lambdas or is this the? This is it. This is it.
This
This is
is the API gateway that's no Lambda. 10. Okay, it's still having the one from yesterday, the latest, but we need the one from today. Right. To be honest, I think we should backtrack a bit because
hmm,
I'm just thinking the role of default will be just to send errors, as in meaningful causes of the errors if as
okay.
such happens.
Okay.
So maybe we can just focus on um, when it's connected to the WebSocket, we can insert the connection ID in DynamoDB.
Okay. Um. So what do you want me to do again?
Um, so it's connecting that one there. Okay, we would have to go to our on connect
Okay.
Lambda. So finish, we have this Lambda, which is just
Hmm.
basically doing the connection,
Hmm.
apparently, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, probably have to Google this. Just bear with me. Insert connection ID in Dynamo WebSocket using WebSocket in order to stream down and how to do that personal connection IDs, announcing WebSocket, building up WebSocket with Lambda and DynamoDB. That's exactly the one we want. Okay. So our in the on-connect Lambda will actually have the functionality to insert the connection ID in DynamoDB. Yeah. Um, decline and handle the subscription. Right. So this would be, and to I was gonna share my screen, but it's 2 minutes already.
Sure.
All right, guys. Let's just keep it here. But have you got the overall idea finish of as in what we have been up to and how far have we come until now?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It was good.
Perfect.
Yeah, towards the end, I got a far better understanding. So yeah, it's really good. Thanks for that, guys.
Fantastic.
Mm.
No problem at all. Yeah, and do you wanna do the closing?
Yeah, sure thing. So today Zain and Tori just basically gave me a rundown of what they've been doing for the last few weeks with the WebSockets. So yeah, definitely got a better understanding, and I think they're trying to work out and I guess I'll be working on this as well. Why the last receive was showing um, when it shouldn't be. So um, yeah, if you want to see the solution to that and more, join us in the upcoming streams. Are we still doing the um, the same intro, same outro, Zane, or
Yes.
if we changed it?
That that's how that's our kind of a mantra now.
Okay. All right. Join us tomorrow, same time. This
Same
is.
place.
And same task. Catch you guys later, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good
All right,
night.
Cheers.
Thank
guys.
you, everybody.
Thanks. See ya.
Thank you.